Welcome to Not a Great Whisperer podcast. This is your host, Katie Ray. I am joined with the beautiful Ashley Mulholland today. Did I say it correctly?
Yes, you did.
Perfecto. So I love that we finally made this happen.
I know, me too.
Lots of big things happening in your life. But, you know, I really want to just talk about how you have grown to really focusing on yourself, starting your business. It's Elli, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And kind of talk about your journey getting there.
Okay. So I'm going to go all the way back to high school.
Okay. Do it. Bring us back.
So I really was not a good student. I hated school, anything with school. I didn't like learning about things I didn't like. Mm-hmm. But the only classes I was interested in was business. So I didn't know what I wanted to do outside of high school. Like I didn't want to go to college because I hated school. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have any passions. So I got a job working at Wegmans. Do you know what Wegmans is?
Sure do. I was from Buffalo, New York, so I know Wegmans.
Yeah. So I worked at Wegmans.
Supermarket.
For a couple years. I didn't like that. And then I worked at Whole Foods because I went vegan, and then Whole Foods had so much specialty items, and I just wanted to be surrounded by food because I loved it so much. So I worked at Whole Foods, and then I got pregnant. And then I started to question my life. I'm like, what am I doing? What do I want to do? I don't want to work at Whole Foods the rest of my life. And I had a really strong passion for veganism. So I used my Instagram as kind of like a personal blog. Mm-hmm. And I started promoting a bunch of vegan brands and just fell in love with it. So I wanted to start my own YouTube channel, and my boyfriend's like, Ashley, just quit your job and go full force. Like, I'm here to support you. Focus on your pregnancy and focus on what you love to do. So since then, it's just been like, it's been history. Like I've been doing this since I was pregnant. And then after I had Elli, I'm like, I need more. Mm-hmm. I don't want to just promote other brands all the time. I want something that's my own. I want to create something for me. So I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wanted something online. And the first thing that came to my mind was eco-friendly items. So I started...
And brands that were, or you creating your own eco-friendly?
Me creating my own, yeah. I named it after Elli. Mm-hmm. So it's Elli Wellness. And I started with 2 products. I started with bamboo toothbrushes and metal straws. And I'm like, I don't know where I want to take this, but I launched with 2 products, and I basically sold out the first day. And I was like, I don't know what I want to do with this, but...
Was this the Save the Turtles push? Did you time it perfectly? I knew you did.
Yeah.
You're like, these metal straws are going to kill it.
Yeah. And they did. I was surprised. I'm like, people are buying them. So I wanted to keep going. And then I was like, I don't want to limit myself to just one category when there's so much out there. I love to change it up. I love change. I love new things. So
I love to hear how this got, because like when you see Ashley at like events and stuff, there's just so many different things on her table, and you're like, how did you get all these things? But I love that's how you were like, I don't want to be limited. Like I don't want to have a niche of just one. It's eco-friendly, but you wanted something more.
Yeah, I don't like niching. Like when people say niche down, I don't like that, because I don't want to just like, you are all about labels. Like you know, I don't
erase them, get over it.
Yeah, and I didn't want to just be known as like being vegan or just known.
Yeah, you want to have a trusted product. You want people to like know they're buying from you essentially. So it's like, what else can I provide them?
Yeah, and I didn't want to just carry eco-friendly stuff. So I kind of branded myself into a wellness boutique because I couldn't just...
that's cool.
Yeah, so I say that I'm a pop-up wellness boutique, so I carry whatever I feel is right in the moment.
Like in her jacket, she opens her jacket up and there's just a bunch of things on it.
No, really. Like I have so many different things. Like my table is so cluttered, but I love it because it's so different and there's so many different things to look at. So yeah.
And how do you feel where you are today with that? Like you felt like you stayed the course, you continue. Yeah.
I feel really good, honestly. Like the way I operate my business and my life is I just listen to my intuition. I do what I want, like what feels right to me. Like I'll just wake up one day and be like, I kind of want to make like a beard oil for my site, and then I'll just get everything. Or I kind of want to make a tea, or I need to have some self-help books on my website, so let me go get some. I just kind of wake up and just like whatever I feel, things just come to me.
And then you just make it.
Yeah.
Or you find it or source it.
Yeah.
And then how old is Ellie now?
She's 3.
Okay. How do you incorporate her into essentially her business, because it's named after her? But how do you incorporate her to make sure that it's something that she sees, like how you're working and doing stuff for yourself?
She actually makes a lot of the skincare with me.
Cool.
And it's to the point where she's like, no, mommy, I'm making the scrub. I'm like,
That's
okay,
so
you
cute.
do it.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, and she'll see me on my laptop and she's like, I want to be like mommy, and she'll like pretend like she's on the phone and like making phone calls and stuff. So it really hit me hard when I heard her say that the first time. She's like, I want to be like mommy, and like at markets she'll be talking to customers and like it's just crazy how natural she sees me do it, and she's like, I want to be like you. I love it.
Yeah, it's very humbling. Right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh my God, am I doing this right?
I know.
It's a crazy pressure, but like, how do you get over those like rough days of just being a mom or an entrepreneur? Like, what do you do for yourself? Do you take a break? What is it you do?
Honestly, if I'm not feeling it, I don't work that day. I love to watch YouTube videos. I have like the vlog girlies I watch. Like I'll just be like, okay, I'm not working today, and I'll just sit and watch YouTube. Or I'll go for a walk, or I'll go in nature, or like we'll go out and explore, or go to a market, or go in community. I don't want to force myself to work when I'm feeling down, because it shows in your product. Not even physically, but energetically.
How you're pushing it. And
yeah.
You're right.
I don't want like to put negative energy into my products, so I'll take the time to just recoup and rest.
Yeah.
And do what I want in the moment.
And that's I think a good mindset. When people can take that break, you need to take it. But so this episode will air after you move. Yeah. And that's a big thing, because you really built a community here in Tampa and St. Pete and all that. How is that? How do you feel it's going to affect not being here? Are you going to try your hardest to stay connected? How does that look for you? Like, how have you visualized that in your head?
I have no
now
idea.
You have to do it because you're going to say it.
I know. I know. Oh my gosh. I definitely have built such a strong community here, and I'm going to miss it. But I do have a plan to be back here before wintertime. I can say that now, but our minds are changing every single day, Yeah. So I plan to be back down here. I was like, because Amplify has my heart. Vanessa's event. Like, I don't want to miss it. I tell Brayden, I'm like,
I don't think it is this year, though. I don't think she'll miss it. No. But you do need to be back for January, because I'm having an event. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I think that's an important thing, to just stay connected, right?
Yeah.
Because you can order your stuff, you ship all the time. So it's not like you can't not still promote. Yeah. I think just keeping that mindset of every new adventure is really going to show other people too that, you can kind of take your business anywhere with you, and it has your heart. And what about the move? It's moving up north. So do you think new products will come to light being up north? Like, you'll find stuff?
Girl, I'm launching a new business when I get there.
Awesome. What's it going to be?
So before I moved here, I juice a lot. I used to sell juices to my local community up there,
cool.
but I'm actually going to brand it, and I'm going to make bougie juices.
Oh my gosh, because you're bougie. How cool is that? That's such something to look forward to. And the community you built here will be super hyping you up for that.
Yeah. So my plan eventually is to have 2 properties, one here and one in Pennsylvania. So I can just come back and forth whenever I want. Yeah. And I don't have to just leave and be like, I don't know when I'm going to come back. I don't have anything to come back to. So I want to have a rental property down here and a rental property up in Pennsylvania.
Don't mind the ringtone in the background. Somebody's ringing. It's fine. We're just gonna let it roll, because that's what we do. We do fun and edited convos. I think that's awesome to see something that, like, you don't want to do something, you don't want to move right away, and you're just gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna make the best of this. I'm going to start bougie juice. It sounds so awesome.
Bougie juice.
Bougie juice. The bougie juice. I can't wait to be in your commercial. But I think that's a really great way to see things. Nobody likes change. But if you have to have change, how can we make the best of it?
I know. I like change because I feel like things happen when we need it the most. And I really feel like this is a growth lesson for me. And it's not that bad. Like we think things are bad, but it's actually teaching us something. So I'm just rolling with it. I'm just rolling with it.
What are some of the like motivational things that you go to for yourself? Do you meditate? Do you read something other than your YouTube vlog, diaries, things? What are things that help motivate you?
I love Mel Robbins.
Me too.
So much.
Do you get her text?
I don't.
You should do that. There's something you can sign up. She'll text you like cute little messages.
I love her.
Personally.
I need that. I actually saw her speak at an event in Tampa, and ever since then I fell in love with her and I listened to her podcast. And also the thing that really motivates me is going to events. In our 100%. Local community, yeah, I love the energy is like unmatched. You can't get that from.
But how do you come off the energy after when you leave an event? Because for me, it's very heavy because you're just like, oh, you're in this amazing atmosphere. Then you leave and you're like, oh, okay, life. And so like, how do you get out of that?
I watch YouTube.
Oh my God, I'm so done.
I'm serious. Like I really am. I feel like I have such a simple life, like, in the best way though. Like you said, it's heavy. It's heavy. It's like a good heavy though. So you're like trying to process everything. I'll journal, I'll write stuff down that I don't want to forget. And then I'll just take the time to do what I love. Like play with Ellie, watch my videos, make a snack, cook, spend time with my boyfriend, and kind of just like,
how's that going to change for you when Ellie goes to school?
She's not going to homeschool. Yeah, cool. I'm homeschooling her.
I was like, how's that? So that you have to incorporate in. I mean, you probably already do stuff now, but that's a hard thing to also juggle, right? Like blocking out times but that's super cool. With Bougie Juices coming to town. What's your kind of vision for yourself? Like, what is your ultimate, like, where does your intuition seem to keep pulling you towards?
In what aspect?
Other than Bushi, just life. Like,
life?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is it simple?
It's
your
simple.
Life? What is it?
Honestly, it's simple. Like I said, like, I kind of want to take it day by day. Of course, I have like 5-year goals, 10-year goals and stuff. But ultimately, I
kind of hate those because things change so much.
I know.
Right?
I know. Ultimately, what I want to do is set myself up with passive income. So I can make money while I do the things I love and not be so harsh on like, you need to figure out now because like you have to work to make money. So I want like the money to be taken care of passively so I can do what I want every day and focus on what makes me happy. And like you said, our mind's changing all the time. So I'm very intuitive. Like I said, I take it day by day. Like I'll just wake up and be like, I want to do this today. And I'll just go do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Thank you.
Okay. So what are some tips? What are some routines that you do every day for yourself?
So I always want to eat healthy. I always want to have at least a couple servings of fruit a day. I read every morning.
Cool.
And then I read when Ellie takes a nap. And I also really like to have deep conversations with my boyfriend because we're each other's accountability partners. And that really helps me as well. So like figuring out like where we're at, our goals and stuff.
How old were you guys when you met?
Oh my gosh, we were in high school, but we were best friends.
Super awesome.
For like 7 years before we started dating.
Wow, the growth has to be insane. So cool.
Really insane.
That is. Shout out to him.
Thank you.
I love that when you do the work together, accountability partners with the person you live with is probably really important. So, okay. If Ellie was listening right now, what's the tip you want to give her?
Oh my gosh.
A tip. It's like a mom's lesson.
That made me emotional.
Okay. But you got to tell her something.
I would say it doesn't matter what me and your dad think. Do what makes you happy.
Okay. That's a hard thing to say as a parent.
I know. But I just want her to do whatever she wants. It's her life.
Don't hurt people and do what you want. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should follow your heart.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
Mom of the year. So tell me all the things where we can find you. Do it.
Okay. You can find me on Instagram. My personal page is Bougie Vegan Mama. And then my business page is Elli Wellness. ElliWellness.co if you want to place an order. ELLI. No E at the end.
Don't forget ELLI. It's just very serious after you gave us all of those. But I think this is great. I'm glad you have a positive out of this move. And I can't wait to hear about it after. We're going to see all the things with Bougie Juices.
Thank you.
Bougie Juices. Say that 10 times fast. But you can find Ashley, because she is a bougie vegan mom, exactly what she is, on Not a Great Whisperer podcast page, at The Real K-Ray and KatieRay.com. We're at BKN Creative Studios. This has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
You're
I'm so excited that
amazing.
we finally got to do this.
I know. Bougie vegan mama.